And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Planet Crafter. I think in this part we're going to try to do a road trip. Do some exploration. Although, to get the best out of that, I should probably make sure the truck is empty before we leave. Must be out of storage for osmium upstairs. And the osmium storage is full. And the seed storage is full. Both site problems. Actually, the seed isn't like the seed stored. Okay. One solution to the osmium problem. Craft it into rods. It should be 9. Because a lot of the stuff we've been building out of it recently requires it to be a rod. And we'll bring some food along for the road. That is 7 beans, I think. Oh, something glitched and made that blue for a moment. Okay. I clicked the right button if I wanted to do something. There we go. And I can unload the honey, surplus piece of honey in there. Load the food into the trunk. Go for a quick hydration in the lake. And then I think we're ready to go. So what I'm going to try to do is work my way around to the mushroom biome in a way that I think we can get the rover to drive. So there's quicker ways to get there via jetpack, but we're going to take a slightly roundabout way so that we have a little bit more transport capacity without having to fly stuff. Although we probably will fly some stuff, so we don't have to come back as quickly. And an awfully bad habit of filling the rover up of having to physically carry every last bit back. I'm going to check a couple of my storage chests along the way. Make sure I've set them to supply everything. Yes, you're set to supply everything, which is why you've got algae and oxygen in you, because I've got nothing asking for algae and oxygen. Fair enough. Is it okay if you give me a tip? Yeah, you can give me a tip. It doesn't always mean I'm going to act on it, but it's fine for you to give that sort of stuff. At this point, we've got the map, so I can always bring locations up on the map. So at this point, out of completely hidden things that people shouldn't know, it probably isn't a problem. And then every once in a while, taking glances at the wiki, so there's not much that I don't know about. I've played I've watched two full let's plays of the game. Twitch chat saying, just want to make sure where you can pack your rover up in your inventory by clicking the big orange grab button on the back. I was not aware of that. I thought that was a anti-stuck button. Although I suppose packing it up would anti-stick it just as well. Then the question is, can you do that with stuff in the inventory? And the answer is no. So I tend to leave stuff in the inventory. Apparently it doesn't work if you've got stuff in the inventory. Okay, you're set to supply anything. You're set to supply everything. And you are too. Okay. Check and see if the ice over here is melted. I don't think we're hot enough yet for it to melt. New type of frog eggs. We don't yet have the frog farm yet, but I suppose I can start making the eggs even before we do. You're curious about the vehicle jetpack thing. Okay. What I can do is I can probably transit back to base pretty quickly and set the rocket to just go pick it up. We've got enough Terra coins, but it's just the process of shipping it. Check this place out first. Okay, so the ice is melting. This was the one that starts melting at 500 nanokelvin, although it looks like, yeah, it's melted enough that I can jetpack over it. No need for me to go out of my way on your account. Well, if someone wants to see it, I have no problem with picking it up. We've already got the... In fact, we've got it set up to take the next load. I just pulled all the stuff out of it. This is interesting, Bob. You have to head out anyway. Okay, well, I hope you enjoy. I've enjoyed the stream. I might still try to get the rocket shipped before the end of this recording, so it'll eventually be up on YouTube if you're interested in seeing it on YouTube. But yeah, hope you've had a good night, and see you in future streams. Yeah, enjoy the game yourself as well. Hope you enjoy. Yeah, we just got the portal generator, which is something else I might need to build at some point. The generic synthesizer. It's always when I'm out and about, the game decides I need all the recipes. Some interesting liquid here. That hurts. Okay, don't go in that. Something on this island over here? Yes, there's something on the island here. And those rocks hurt. Okay. Golden effigy. In this place, the visibility is atrocious. I can't find any source of natural light. No flow of air detected either. It is not a good sign. Search for a way out continues. Evren, year 3035. Okay, let's drag this stuff back to the truck and grab some more food in case I accidentally throw myself in a vat of acid again. Water down here, so I'll grab some water. So I don't have to drink the bottled water. And yeah, so I'm gonna continue exploring down here. Found one golden chest. I'm not expecting there to be more. Someone's box. Jing. I now have no idea if it's been 3 days or 3 weeks since the crash. Infinite rocks, but less and less water bottles. Oh dear. This is an interesting biome. Not sure, other than the little bit of story down here, I'm not sure why I want to be here for looting it. I'm not sure if there's any special resources or stuff in here. Here's another one of the boxes. I knew we shouldn't have changed our itinerary. There's a reason why some parts of the universe are still unexplored. Can't see anything in this hole, and there's nothing to be found except rocks, and my leg hurts like hell. Okay, so it sounds like someone crashed here. And crashed in a way where they got into this cave with no way out. Because to be fair, the last time we were back here, the cave entrance was blocked with ice. There may not have been a way for them to get out. Although presumably there's a hole in the roof somewhere if they landed here. Oh, I think that's the thing they crashed on. Again, how they got it down here, I'm not sure. Maybe the hole filled in at some point between when they crashed and when they arrived. Well, whatever they were carrying was radioactive. Okay, not gonna be able to loot that chest. The inventory is a little full. Let's go back to the surface to empty the inventory. Ooh, actually, do I? I don't need to go all the way back to the surface. Supply everything. And we know we got pull orders for engines, uranium rods, iridium rods, osmium rods. The bot should be coming to get those, assuming we've got empty space at the other end. That frees up our inventory space. pulled everything out of that chest. I am taking damage when I'm landing to grab stuff from it. Oh, actually, I can land on the chest. That kind of works. There we go. Put in that chest. It'll clear enough inventory space out. One piece of iron, so I can slip the existing chest. There we go. Is there a way in? No. Well, besides the message here. Mission briefing. Cargo destination. Terfanet 4. Cargo origin. Garfa Torres. Toxicity classification rank 5. Very high. Note. An unusual extra caution is required with this kind of cargo. Okay. So, this cargo was carrying toxic stuff. Really toxic stuff. I'm guessing if I probably had, like, the toxicity DLC, there might be a way to clean some of this up. Or maybe you have to go to one of the moons. Because I think it unlocks the moon that you have to clean up the moon to terraform that moon. Right, so if I had that DLC, presumably there might be stuff we can do here to make this a little bit more habitable of a biome. We got like one corner left to explore. I'll go poke over there once we get the inventory empty again. Interesting, dangerous biome because the lakes hurt you, the rocks hurt you. Although I don't necessarily know if there's anything special here that you want to come interact with specifically. There's a little bit of story. Yeah, it looks like there's another ice melt place there to travel through. So this might also function as a shortcut from one place to another. There's multiple ways in here, not sure which. Okay, we've been down there exploring you. We haven't explored this bit yet. Wink that cargo. Step in the spicy rocks. Yeah, we'll go see where the ice goes. Whether it goes to a different biome or goes outside. It might also not be passable. It might not have melted enough. That's what we're going to check. This looks traversable. This also just looks like it goes outside. Okay, this is the obsidian biome, the volcanic biome. So yeah, that sort of functions as a shortcut between two neighboring biomes. Let's fly back to the rover. Random liquid water right here on the edge of the volcanic biome. Yeah, so I don't know how much of the toxicity of this biome is it was toxic before they crashed, or is it toxic because they crashed? The before/after of the little bit of story tidbits we get there, I'm not sure. Yeah, there's one more place I want to check on the way back to base, so we're going to drive over there first. I specifically... Where's actually the way in? The way is in over in... Oh, that's not it. Here. Way is in over here. Gonna drive over there. Yeah, that should be too hard to do. I want to go... someone earlier in the stream pointed out that you can get a particular type of wild butterfly from the mushroom caves. We're gonna go drive over to the mushroom caves, and I'm gonna go poke around down there long enough to see if we can get a butterfly to spawn. Good thing the rover's a decent all-terrain vehicle here. Terrain is not flat. Yeah, get that pulsar quartz. There's the breathing box, that's what we're aiming for. Got a chest in here. Got a chest in here that's not set to supply everything, so fix that. And then this biome, not sure where in this biome, but this biome's supposed to spawn a type of luminescent butterfly if my information is correct. Yeah, we've got to give enough time to presumably spawn some insect larvae in. That's probably it. Futura butterfly larva. Actually, rare I'll grab, because rare we can process this stuff. Uncommon I'm not going to bother, because we can get it out of the beehives at this point. Either directly as bees, because that's what we're going to use the uncommon for, or indirectly my processing the bees back down into uncommon. So I think we're good for the moment with the uncommon. Animal spreader rocket. Okay. Yeah, definitely plenty of Mag 6 coming in. Maybe the ones we're looking for aren't particularly common, which would be fair. Normally you have to make them out of the common, the rare, and the uncommon. Honestly, I didn't realize that the glow, or I didn't see the glowing pulsar pink. I probably wouldn't have interacted with it. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get any more luck. Although it could be because I'm taking too wide of a circle, so they're not spawning in quick enough. Well, we've got some here, so yeah, I think it's just the pink ones are reasonably rare. Also not terribly high from an insect multiplayer standpoint, so it would basically be more about having a nice, pretty looking one over min-maxing the terraforming rating. So be happy with the one for the moment. At some point I'll probably come back for another one, so we can have one on display, one actually out flying. Okay. Technically I can teleport the rover back, so if I get the rover stuck, I can always teleport it back. I'm gonna test and see if I can get it through the shortcut, because it'll save us driving the long way around. So it looks like I can get it through this shortcut. And then the rover doesn't really care if it's underwater, so I can try to take it down the ocean route. No, the lake route, run it through the lake. I dread to imagine if you can actually breathe underwater. If you're on the back. I know being in the rover, if you've got the oxygen upgrade, provides you infinite oxygen. This is why I've got no reason not to drive through the water. But I don't know if that applies to the passenger sitting on the back if you're playing co-op. Okay, so in the future I can use that as a shortcut. We don't have to drive the long way around. Oops. There we go. Park the trunk facing the doorway. And then, machine-wise, we got a teleporter. Energy multiplier fuse. Okay. So we're not going to be building the portal generator anytime soon, because I would need some multiplier fuses. We haven't found those yet. We can trade for those, which is probably what we'll do. What I'm gonna do is, I know I'm a little full on iridium rods. So now the bots have someplace to drop iridium rods. And upstairs I should have uranium the same. Send the trade rocket off, not with a full load, but with a load. Oh, apparently we found another tree seed at some point. The tree seed container now has more than one. Because all the other ones were, well, all the other ones are better because we made them, not because they're, not because we found them. Where put the uranium? There's the uranium. You're demanding iridium, so it should be traveling. Might not have enough bots. That's a different potential problem. Okay, so shove a bunch of iridium in here, a bunch of uranium in here to make the rocket full. Then, yeah, we got 17,000. We're gonna pick that up for the jetpack. It's off to fly. Didn't need that much. Well, put a bunch of uranium in there, or put a bunch of iridium in there. I have more uranium to ship, but we'll wait for a moment. Pop up here. And okay, for the animal rocket, it's probably a little early for the animal rocket, but it's 6 genetic traits. It appears to not care what the genetic traits are, just those genetic traits. Tier 4 mutagen and osmium rod. I think I have a blazar quartz. So let's pick up tier 2 map information. We need to make I think it's a map chip. Silicon, magnesium, double aluminum. Magnesium's upstairs. Oh, the rocket and the blazar would be up here as well. So yes, the blazar, the engine. And the map chip. That should give us some more map information. Off goes the rocket. Not sure how quickly that pops up. Quickly enough. Okay, so that's telling us, hey, naturally you can get eggs from there, fish eggs from there. Looks like a different type of eggs from there. That's the super alloy mine. I think it's a third type of eggs from there. We get larvae from there. It looks like uncommon larvae from there. Maybe a different type of eggs. It's a different type of eggs. That's another uncommon larva spot. That makes sense. There were a lot of bugs over there. I'm not sure if that's common or rare. I think that's common. So that's the new mapping one gave us an idea of what we can extract from the local environment. That looks like some sort of frog egg. Strabo frog eggs. Blueprint just unlocked for. And we're currently waiting for our trade rocket to come back. I'll know it'll be back because when it comes back, it'll tell us that we've received some amount of funds. Yeah, portal generator. We're gonna have to get a bit of trade going to do the portal generator because I need 2 fuses. Either we're gonna find them or we're gonna import them. Yeah, I suppose we can go see what the frog eggs are gonna cost to build. We don't have the place to put them yet, but we can look at them. Yeah, there's the frog eggs. So generic frog eggs. Okay, fair enough. Tier 4 mutagen and fertilizer. Either way, I need generic frog eggs. Not sure where we get... Well, let's actually rephrase that. I know where we can get them, because we've got a harvester that harvests them from the environment. Automatic harvest organic items around it based on location. So we know that it can harvest eggs, and I think this is the place that has the generic ones down here. So if we want generic frog eggs, we can go explore down there, put the harvester down there, and it'll give us generic frog eggs. And then we can get fish eggs by our initial area. Different type of fish egg over there, so on and so forth. Okay, so I think that's the common larva. Fair enough, having it right next to the spawn is pretty quick. And I think that's probably rare. Or that I got them flipped. One's rare, one's common, and then this is... That one up there is uncommon, and then this one over here is uncommon. Oh, and that's a water life collector. So I could have put the water life collector in any body of water to get the plankton. To get fish eggs from it, I had to put it in the appropriate lake, the appropriate body of water. Not just any. I just happened to get lucky and pick one that gives me regular stuff. Okay. So recognizing what the blue versus green is. So yeah, got the ability to go get frog eggs. We want frog eggs. Do that right now. Is there anything else I want to build in our everything here? So for that, we need the energy multiplier. So we're going to do a bit of trading if we want that, or exploring. Or both. Combo both would work. So we would need to find 2 energy multiplier fuses. Which I don't currently have any, so 2 times 0 is a lot. Creates creature DNA by combining genetic traits. So we'll want to build one of those. I'm not sure if I have any tier 4 mutagen, although I don't currently have any tier 4 mutagen. I think we can make it by recycling a rare larva. I currently have a rare one. I do currently have a rare one, so that'll solve that problem. Recycles on the 2nd floor. Then we need circuit board, super alley rod. And the magnetar, blazar, quasar. Okay, I haven't found the quasar. Presumably it was down there in the Rainbow Cave. I can go check. Yeah, we'll go check and see if it's in the Quasar Cave, in the Rainbow Cave. Tier 1 animal food. Almost there. Almost to the Rainbow Cave. I'm not sure where in the Rainbow Cave it would be. It's not as obvious color-wise. Well, maybe it was obvious, so I just didn't recognize it the last time we were in there. That was another color. Here's where the purple ones is. I think we got all the purple ones that were in there. Yeah, it looks like it. Pop through into the blue. Do I need blue for this one? Yeah, we'll pick up a blue one. I didn't see any of the purple in there, but that's fine. We have another purple pack of days. Okay, so our rocket has returned. Ah, there's the color we're looking for. Not sure if we're going to find any more magnetar. The old magnetar I'm getting. The magnetar portion looked pretty small. We already scraped that bit as far as it goes. Yeah, I think we scraped that one for all it's got. Good, we picked up a couple, so it'll be fine. Okay, so I needed that for the harvesting robot. So if we want more than one, I'll need to go get more of the green one. But that's good for the moment. Okay, this is more pulsar quartz. Yeah. Anything behind the waterfall? Yes, chest. Both have chests? No, just the one. So let's check what we need for the Rover Jetpack. And then we'll build it out, try it out, and that's probably where we'll put the part break in, bringing the stream to a close. Back to normaling streams at this point. At least until the trip to help family members move, which is waiting on a vehicle truck being repaired. An IRL truck, not the in-game truck, after all. Although, jet-powered truck would be interesting. Very interesting, IRL. Okay, so you have a jetpack. Well, have our jetpack blueprint. We still gotta build the thing. Solar, 3 rocket engines and explosive. Okay, well that's easy. Unintentionally already harvested all that. Explosive, the rest is inside. Okay, and then next synthesizer. Yeah, we'll just put it in the middle room for the moment. Select at least 3 first traits to synthesize an creature. Insert the traits in this machine container to be able to pick from. Species, color A, color B, pattern, skin, variant, bioluminescence, size. Select at least the first 3 traits. Okay, so you've got to have the first 3 traits, which means you need to edit the traits at some point to make that possible. Okay. So we now have... That's what the jetpack looks like for the rover. Well, let's take it for a spin. So we've got space for vertical propulsion. It's definitely slower while jetpacking. And I don't think we had any upgrades to that. As fun as it would be to jetpack faster with the vehicle. Oh, I'm not sure we upgraded the lights. I really get brighter lights on it. Golden effigy to go set that up before we bring the stream to a close. There we go. Yep, I think things are going well. Oh, there's just a green light on there. We're in the fish tier, working towards the frog tier. We're getting closer. We're now 5/6 of the way to tier 3 ore extractor. When we get to tier 3 ore extractor, I'm going to want to replace all the current existing extractors with the new tier 3. We're pretty close. In fact, I would not be surprised at the beginning of the next one if we pick up the tier 6 backpack. Would be nice to have the tier 6 backpack. Tier 4 mutagen and the amphibian farm would be nice as well. Those both come up when we hit, I think that's the frog stage itself, so I think that 4,000 or 425 is frogs. Give you an approximation where we are. And then, yeah, we've unlocked the harvest and the animal rockets. We're a little ahead of schedule because I think maybe they're not with the animal rocket. The animal rocket's maybe reasonable. Food, the tier 1 food farm, or food is for the animal shelter. A little way off from that. Although we're 4th of the way there. Maybe I'm underestimating how close we are. Or overestimating how close we are. And yeah, we're working along here. It's not going to take us long. That's another fish one that's going to happen. Fish display, insert fish eggs to see the fish. I don't think this gives us any animal progress. I think it's similar to the... it's furniture I'm thinking of, right? Yeah. The butterfly display box, in that it just displays the animals. So you can have a collection of them, see all the different varieties. We might want to build a couple of those anyway, but definitely not a rush, definitely not useful in the short term. Make sure our character doesn't die of dehydration here. Yeah, we got that coming up, we got that coming up. We got fish display, or more importantly, fish farm. Generates animals. I suspect this probably just takes in fish eggs as a construction material. Although maybe it does... This is outdoors fish, right? I suppose that's something we haven't built that we could have been building, is we haven't gotten around to building the tier 2. Because we need another super alloy rod for that, really. That's why we're part of the reason we were doing more exploration. Did I get lucky and get one? I think I actually spent the one we got. Yeah, I think I spent the one we got. So I probably still want to do some more exploration for the super alloy rod. So I'll probably do a little more exploration after we unload the truck beginning of next time. But yeah, we're going to bring the part to close. We're 51 minutes in. You saw the Rover's Jetpack in action. It'll be a little while before we really use it in action, because a lot of terrain we probably don't need it on. And yeah, we're like 2/3 of the way to Frogs. And that is the current terraforming progress if you're interested. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, this is where we're going to bring this stream to a close. The 4-game, 4-part, 4-day schedule is what we're going to stick to until the truck IRL is fixed, so that we're doing the road trip to go help someone move. So today was Planet Crafter. Tomorrow will be Terra Invicta. Tuesday will be Darkest Dungeon. We'll be back to Songs of Six on Wednesday, and we'll be back to this on Thursday, unless the truck gets fixed. Once the truck is fixed, I should have probably a couple days with which to give you warning that the schedule will be changing. So hopefully everyone enjoyed the stream tonight, and will enjoy the stream over the next couple days. If you've got any comments you want to leave, remember I'm streaming this live to Twitch under the username Wilcol, and uploading local recording to YouTube under the username Wilcol100. If you're watching it on Twitch and you want to leave a comment, now is a good time to leave them. If you're watching the Twitch VOD later or YouTube, feel free to hop over to the YouTube channel. Obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're there already. And you can leave comments over there. YouTube's pretty good for the asynchronous commenting, and I don't know how Twitch does it. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and bring this part to a close. If you're watching, regardless of where you're watching, I hope you have been enjoying. And until next time, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part and or stream, and bye for now.